Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you are a subscriber. I'd like to thank you so much for being here and sharing energy with you. My name is Monty's Tarot Child, and today I have 4 piles picked out for you. You can choose between any one of these 4 piles to be the most aligned message that you need to hear today. This message is for those who feel misunderstood, who feel that they are invisible to the world, who feel like they are unheard, their voices are unheard, and that, no matter your efforts, you feel like nothing that you do or say is ever resonating with your community or the people around you. Okay, so this message is for anyone who struggles with any of those similar or kind of feelings. I'd love for you to just take a moment to pause and meditate on which one of these 4 piles is most energetically aligned with you right now in this moment in your life. Just take a moment, pause and meditate. We have 4 charms. The first charm is 2 people riding on a bicycle. The second pile is the dolphin charms. There's 2 dolphins swimming and playing with each other. The third pile is a butterfly charm, and the 4th pile is a number 5 charm, okay? Take a moment to pause and meditate, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile number 1. You chose the charm with 2 people riding a bicycle. I'll give you a little close-up, and then we're going to get right into your reading. I'm going to put this charm actually off to the side right here. So we are starting off with the Sacred Rebel Oracle deck, and this pile actually got 2 cards. So let's get right into it. So the first card says, release the dark wound, let love live. Okay. And you also have power of attraction. Okay. So these are 2 very powerful cards. The energy feels very powerful. The fact that you got 2 cards means that there's 2 different overlapping energies that is in your life right now that's coming together in order for you to release some kind of wound. Okay. So I actually decided to keep 2 cards for you, pile number 1, because you actually have 2 people in your charm. For some reason that stood out as important to me. So this could be a message in regards to you feeling unheard, unseen, or invisible in a very specific connection, more like a one-on-one, it could be a relationship, it could be a friendship, it could be a business partnership, it could be anything, but it's more of a one-on-one with another person rather than a whole community or a whole type of environment that you feel unseen from. So there's something I feel that you're also trying to manifest here with the power of attraction, maybe trying to manifest more of a being on one accord with this other person, trying to manifest open communication, being on the right, page about what it is that you're both seeking from whatever this relationship may be for you. And in the midst of that, and in the midst of you trying to heal this connection with another person, I feel as if you're also deeply interested in releasing and a healing of your own. I'm going to look deeply into this with the Crystal Oracle and see what else the Oracle wants to tell you for this message. Let's see what we have as the one that wanted to fly out. Of course, at the bottom of the deck, you have the Rose Quartz. We're going to also read that one as well. Just give me a moment. So the actual crystal that you have out, it looks like this. Stunning. Gorgeous. And it is Septarian. So this is the Septarian crystal, which has everything to do with direction, being fearless, and of course, communication, as we've been talking about. Known as the Dragon Stone, Septarian instills fierce confidence and self-esteem, especially in front of an audience. However, as much as it improves your public appearances, it also protects your privacy, guarding your secrets and valuing your inner space. Incredibly grounded and connected to the earth, Septarian can pinpoint illnesses in the body and focuses on listening to the body's needs by building a strong relationship with it. The name Septarian comes from the Latin word septum, or 7, signifying the pattern of 7 or the exterior of the crystal, which looks like this again. And this crystal is connected to the zodiac signs Taurus, Sagittarius, and it is also connected to the sun, okay? Energy of the sun. So you have a lot of tan, a lot of neutral colors that is coming out, standing out as important to me. You know, more like amber colors, tan kind of colors as well. You may be drawn to these more neutral, earthy tones, and it may also be encouraging you to ground at this moment, to take some deep breaths, to ground yourself, place your feet firmly on any kind of flooring that you can, and just really ground yourself for something. But the Septarian card is talking about your valuing your privacy and your inner peace. So this may be something that is coming up as a struggle for you at this time, where you're struggling to want to be seen, you're struggling to want to be heard based on what it is that you have to say in regards to old emotional wounds, maybe. It could be, again, that's something that you have to talk to a specific party about, but this card mentions speaking in front of an audience. So this could be on a broader scale, that you're telling a more intimate or showing a more intimate side of yourself to someone or someone's. And you are being called to gather all confidence and self-esteem that you have in order to do this. You're being called and asked to be fearless with this communication that you are releasing. So this feels like a large moment in your life right now, pile number 1, where you are being called to express, and releasing. When we let go of something, that is often signified as an expressing something. So not only are you releasing something, but you're also, again, attracting something. You're building a new relationship with your body and its needs at this time. Again, honoring yourself, honoring the wounds that you do have, allows you to honor all parts of yourself and to manifest from true authenticity. Okay. So I think this is something that is really opening up for you right now. I feel like it's a sensitive time for you, pile number 1, with, you having it almost feels like a physical wound. Of course, the Release the Dark Wound card is ruled over with the number 25, which breaks down to a 7. And they talk about 7 in this card as well. So that could be a very important number for you right now, to signify that you are spiritually evolving and elevating as well. What else? I feel like there's so much energy just in this card right here. I feel like you have felt directionless. You haven't really felt like you've known which way to go in order to be surrounded by love and caring and compassionate people. I was reminded with all of these, of course, this card flipped over randomly. With all of those amber hues and neutral tones, it reminded me of Tiger's Eye. So a lot of you could be gravitated towards that crystal as well. I'm going to read Rose Quartz, which was at the bottom of the deck, which connects with love, nurture, and romance. Calling in unconditional love. Rose quartz invokes a gentle yet powerful feminine energy that nurtures and protects your heart. It can be used to attract new romance and to build closer bonds in your relationships. Rose quartz opens the heart chakra and heals heartache, grief, and any unexpressed emotions. It asks that you show yourself compassion, forgiveness, and acceptance. Rose quartz also inspires beauty in all forms. Open your heart to the beauty within you. We have Taurus energy again, so you could be a Taurus or have that heavily in your chart. Libra also, and it is ruled by Venus. So this is already turning out to be a very beautiful message for you, pile number 1, to kind of confirm that you are in a very intimate space in your life right now where you're looking for genuine, true, and authentic connection. You're manifesting it. You're attracting it with your own energy. And this has called you to release certain energy that is not aligned to the kind of relationships and connections that you're manifesting. Whether you are actually in a relationship or not, this is a time where being in connectivity is important to you. You want to be around genuine energy, genuine people who not only are just like-minded, but like their inner child somehow mirrors your inner child. They play the same, they laugh the same, or they enjoy things the same. Just to mention it to you, pile number one, because it is coming up, all of the charms that I have chosen, that were randomly, intuitively chosen for these piles, it gives a lighthearted energy. We have two people playing on a bike. We have two dolphins playing. Butterfly itself, its body doesn't even weigh that much, and it's a very lighthearted energy as well. So all of this is reflected in the kind of energy I think that you're manifesting for yourself, the kind of people that you're manifesting for yourself. Lighthearted people, just because they are lighthearted doesn't mean that they aren't healing as well. We have Cancer at the bottom of the deck and the fifth house. So of course we're talking about nurturing and comfort as well, with the rose quartz being just comfortable with your most closest and dearest connections and feeling protected and wanting to protect those kind of relationships as well is a huge thing for you. All Cancerian kind of feelings, emotions, and experiences are coming up as important for you. I think you are, yes, in a space where you are actively nurturing yourself and the people that are closest to you. You are making it more so a priority because in the past you have been a part of environments, experiences, or relationships where people have not taken the time to nurture their connection with you. And you don't want to do that to other people, especially if you meet like-minded, dope individuals. You kind of want to give what you have always been wanting to receive in a healthy and, most bounded way, having boundaries, of course. But the fifth house is talking about your passions, playing, of course, children, confidence, and creativity. This reading is more and more aligned as we draw each card out, pile number one, because we're talking about children playing. Here, lightheartedness, more lightheartedness. These are the kind of connections that you're interested in. You want to find people who will entertain your passion projects, who will help you with them, even if they feel called to. Who will support your passion projects, who will play, who will be their authentic self and show up as their authentic self. These people bond over music with you. They bond over just heartfelt conversations and expressing creativity. You yourself are a very creative individual, pile number one. And to be around this energy feels like it magnifies it for you. What you feel, what you sense, what you create, it feels magnified. It feels like these other people just kind of highlight even your best qualities, but also like the qualities that you didn't think were the best about yourself. And that is absolutely beautiful. Again, lighthearted people have wounds too. The people who make the most people smile in the room probably deal with the most shit. You've already heard it. It's like you want to find those people. You want to be in good company with those people, not to save them, not to be a martyr, but to share experiences and be like, hey, I used to be this person too, or hey, I used to, and look at me now, or look at us now. There's a mutuality that is coming from being in connection with other people. Heart chakra, absolutely. Heart chakra, not surprising. Not surprising at all. Pile number one. Okay, yeah. The heart chakra affirmation that you have: I am open to love and I receive more of it every day, period. End of the sentence. It's like, I ask Spirit to be very specific in this reading. I ask Spirit to be very aligned, and all of your cards, pile number 1, are very aligned to what your focus is right now, which is all around your heart chakra, all around pleasing yourself, being in love with life and yourself. And that's not easy to come by. These things that I'm speaking about are not easy to come by necessarily with the kind of world that we live in, with the kind of logical, cold, and realistic world that we live in. But it's possible when you do it in community with others, when they are focused also on their heart chakra and growing and being like that with other people. So I definitely feel divine connections that you are attracting right now. It feels externally focused. It feels like it's not just you healing and not just you healing and loving yourself, but it's like you're then taking this energy and bringing it outwardly into the world. You're creating with other people, and it feels really passionate. It feels really good. It feels really aligned. And I love that for you, pile number 1. At the bottom of the deck, the other heart chakra card that you have is just talking about what this chakra means and where it's located. So this is the 4th chakra in your body system. Okay. And they actually have it depicted here as the 4th chakra. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. Either way. Yes, this is the 4th chakra in your body system. The heart chakra gives empathy and compassion. It's responsible for your ability to forgive and accept. It's also the chakra involved in changes and transformations. Yes, this chakra integrates complementary forces, bringing together earthly and spiritual aspirations. This is the chakra that governs how you relate to people and how you handle relationships. What about it? Pile number 1, just so spot on as to what you are focused on right now. I find it so fascinating. We're going to look at the tarot and see specifically what other, okay, all right. What else the Spirit wanted to talk to you about. And these flew out, so I'm going to keep them. So you have Death, speaking of transformation, things changing, no longer looking the same thing, the way that it was before. And this is because you have the Queen of Swords out. So no matter if you feel as if you have a lot of feminine energy in your body or not, we all have divine, feminine energy in our way of being, just the way that we nurture ourselves, the way that we love. Even if you don't connect it to those same things, it is. Water is feminine. It is yin. It is nurturing and nourishing. And of course, the Queen is right underneath you releasing this dark wound. So I feel like you're being very decisive about this transformation that's taking place in your, bottom of the deck, the 3 of Swords in reverse. It's like what used to bring you pain, what used to, cloud up your day, take the sun away, it made it feel gloomy, really intense and dark, overwhelming, overly emotionally controlling feelings. These things are literally transforming for you, and already has. I sense that it already has. How you used to feel, even in this past month, pile number 1, feels completely different than the way you felt in the past. And I feel like in the past you dealt with abandonment and neglect. You dealt with people mistreating or abusing your heart and your emotions, and your heart chakra just being out of alignment. And when your heart chakra is out of alignment, you don't really connect to others in that same way. You don't relate to others in that same way. You feel more defensive. The Queen can be cold. She can be very to the point because you have not felt softness in other people's words. You have not been able to have those experiences, those soft and loving experiences up until recently, up until this transformational point where these people have come in and they have transformed the way that you think about love, the way that you think about strengths. You have the King of Swords. They could be themselves a divine masculine, have a lot of masculine energy in them. Or this could be you, and they could be the divine feminine. I'm going to keep shuffling. But it's more than just one person. It feels like you're being surrounded by community, just by good energy. I love that for you, pile number one. Let's see what else. You have the Four of Swords. So at this moment, you're also learning about rest, learning how rest is loving yourself, loving how giving yourself moments of quiet, moments of whatever it is that you need is actually very beneficial to the relationships around you. Two of Cups. There absolutely is transformation coming to the relationships around you. All of them. It feels like, because you are transforming, pile number one, because you are transforming, your relationships are transforming. You are ushering in this transformation with pure, like, just a new approach to your life. Like I mentioned, the Queen of Swords, you can be very detached. You can be in your, in your own lane and kind of not worried about anyone else. It's not necessarily career focused that you have always been, but more just detached in a way of like doing your own thing in relationships where other people feel as if they don't really know you. They haven't gotten a chance to really know you. And for whatever reason, that must have been the case. Like, it wasn't supposed to happen that way. But now your relationships, you're meeting people halfway. They are getting to, know a lot about you, only how much you want to give. But it started with passions first. It started with, oh, I'm passionate about this. Oh, hey, me too. And now it has an opportunity to be deeper, to get deeper because of that introductory level. Okay, yes. All right. I saw the Nine of Swords, but I'm going to just keep it where it is and accept the Tower card that came as tumbling out. It came out kind of in reverse. I'm going to read it as both, but keep it upright. And this is just a huge confirmation. Nine of Wands in reverse at the bottom of the deck. This is just a huge confirmation that, again, structures are changing. How relationships used to be, how they used to look, how you used to believe certain things about yourself, and you brought that into relationships. That is 100% transforming for you right now. Your past, the things that you have struggled through, they have made what am I trying to say here? They haven't made your story, but they have made themselves a part of you. And I feel like you are looking for a new way to identify. You're looking for a new way to identify. You're looking for a new way to, move, a new way to exist, a new way to be. The Tower is complete transformation. Death is more of a final. It's a cycle closing. It's something ending. Just for new life to begin, just for the sun to rise again. It is the ending of something for life to continue on. But the Tower is complete restructure. Something does not look the same about you, within you, or around you. Something is changing for you, pile number one. It drastically has to do with like how you are interacting with other people, how you're showing up confidently, not overthinking, not overstressed, not overworried, not overly defensive either. Not ready to cut someone off at moment's notice because, of whatever reason, pile number one, whatever your reasoning, you are opening up to love and you are open to receiving more of it, more and more of it. And that's something new in your life. Okay, so this affirmation came flying out for you. Believing in spiritual guidance gives me certainty and the freedom to keep dreaming, even when I can't yet see the result. Okay. So this is a crucial time for you because this is a part of what has been transformed. Spiritual guidance is new to you, or believing in it is new to you. You have witnessed some things that has transformed your perspective on spirituality and being spiritually guided. And, it has given you it's giving you certainty. It's giving you certainty, and you're feeling a bit more free to dream about a life where you don't hold on to old wounds so strongly. When you believe in your attractive power to manifest your desires, when you believe in the impossible and the uncanny and the coincidental, when you believe in all of that, that is a part of your spirituality that is opening up right now, even if you can't see a specific result. And that is because so much is changing for you right now. It's like you really can only feel it. You really can only feel the difference in your sleep pattern, or in your response to other people, in your openness to hang out, be around, or whatever it is in regards to other people. At the bottom of the deck, it says, I choose love no matter what. No matter what. So in regards to the title of this message, and feeling unseen and feeling unheard and feeling like folks just don't get it, they just aren't receiving you, they aren't receiving your love. Choose love no matter what. And if someone is not receiving your love, if they are not speaking your love language, if they're not able to reciprocate what it is that you are giving out, don't cast them off or cast the situation off as fails. Just readjust, reevaluate with the Queen of Swords, rethink, allow what needs to be transformed to do so. That feels very specific for someone. Because if that relationship is meant to transform, if it's meant to either stay or go, you will absolutely know what's best for that, pile number one. But love, no matter what the result is that you cannot see quite yet. Let's see one last final chakra message from your spirit guides, pile number one, in regards to this message. What the spirit want you to know about this transformation. Okay. The third eye chakra, or the sixth chakra, with knowledge. And it says, I recognize that a great deal of knowledge and information comes to me in the form of intuition, such as clairvoyance, clairaudience, and hypersensitive feelings. Yes. I use my intellect combined with my intuition to delve into circumstances from a philosophical and spiritual viewpoint. Yes. I aim to understand the truth behind situations that come my way, as this helps me to respond with wisdom. I cultivate positive beliefs about life, myself, and others. Pile number one. This is such a beautiful, beautiful chakra affirmation to hold on to. You are such an intuitive being. You feel things, and those feelings are spiritual knowledge coming to you in the form of a message meant for you to understand, embrace, and accept. Okay. You are very intelligent. You use your mind clairvoyantly. Like, you have a lot of intuitive thoughts. That's why you kind of can sense change before it actually happens with the Death card here. It's an intuitive feeling of, oh, something is about to transform, either within this relationship, within my mind, within myself. I see or feel a pattern happening, and I'm already kind of aware of it. So this is a beautiful card to have. This chakra, this gift, this skill within you is growing. It is making itself more known. You are definitely receiving a lot more in order to cultivate positive beliefs about yourself, about your life and about other people, either in your life or not. So, you know, in regards, again, I hope that I address very directly and accurately your feelings of feeling unheard or unseen. I wanted Spirit to affirm you and to let you know that you are heard, that you are seen, and I hope that this reading was able to do that for you. You have a lot expanding and growing in your life right now, pile number 1. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Again, I hope that this message resonated for you. If it did, please give it a big thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. And I'd love to hear about how all of this is taking place in your life right now, your relationships and the new connections that you are gaining. You can leave a comment in the comment section and let me know how that's going. And I would love to see you in another reading. Peace. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. You chose the beautiful charm with the dolphins playing. Okay, so I'm going to put this right to the side. We're going to get right into your reading. And you actually had an extra card fly out while I was shuffling off camera. So I'm going to get to your overall energy and then we'll read that one next. So from the Sacred Rebels deck, you have Follow Your Own Rhythm. Okay. Wow. So the 5 standing out to me, of course, is connecting me to the pile number 4 that we have. You may be called to watch it. I haven't started recording it yet. So for some reason, that 5 and that 5 is standing out to me. But for your reading, pile number 2, you are being asked to follow your own rhythm. So for some reason, you have felt like your rhythm isn't enough. It isn't as appealing as doing it another way. There's something that is keeping you from actually following your own rhythm. And you're actually being called to do so now, especially when you have feelings of feeling invisible, feeling unheard, or like people are misunderstanding you. People aren't getting the point that you're trying to make. People aren't getting what it is that you're trying to express or create in this world, okay? So this is because you are following someone else's rhythm, pile number 2. I don't know if you came here for a tough love message, but this is what I have for you today. We're going to delve even deeper into this message and what Spirit is trying to tell you, but I hope that you are accepting it with love, okay? So your crystal oracle is labradorite, which looks like this one. It is absolutely stunning and beautiful. And this card talks about transformation, magic, and imagination, okay? A stone of transition. Labradorite assists in times of change and transformation. It expands our connection with the universe, unlocking the third eye and all the wonder that lies beyond the physical realm, as well as your magical powers. Labradorite evokes the magic we all have, reminding us to wield our power by going within and connecting to the core truths of who we are. Chase after your dreams. Wow. Chase after your dreams and align yourself with the vibration of anything is possible. An energy Labradorite is all too familiar with, okay? So Labradorite is connected to the zodiacs Leo, Scorpio, and Sagittarius, and it is co-ruled by Neptune and Jupiter, okay? So what a beautiful and inspiring message, pile number 2. You are absolutely going through a transition in your life right now where you've been doing things one way and you are actually now interested in doing it a different way, your way. And you're doing this by evoking a certain power from within you. You have been taking a deep look at yourself, a deep look at what you want to align with, what you want to create, looking at what your dreams actually are and aligning yourself with that truth, aligning yourself with the vibration that anything is possible. So you do have an opportunity to transform, to change. I'm also noticing the same blue hues that are in this Labradorite card are in the background, if you can see, of this beautiful, follow your own rhythm card. So you may be connecting deeply with, deep blues, purples, blue greens kind of colors in order to evoke a certain inspiration or creativity from within. like wearing these colors or actually carrying the labradorite around you. And yes, what's also beautiful about this crystal that they didn't actually mention is that when it hits the sun a certain way, it just looks absolutely spectacular. You can see like hidden rainbows in it as well. So I think right now you are shining your light just right in order to shine a beautiful spectrum of colors into the world. You have, okay, let's talk about it. Pile number 2, I'm hearing you have dimmed your light. You have, shown up as less colorful than you are for the sake of other people's comfort, not taking up too much space, not being too weird or out there. Spirit is saying, do not do that. Do not show up in the room as someone else, as not who you are. You are colorful. You are bright. You are intense. All of these different energies, magical, and that should not be shielded or hidden away. Okay, so let's see what else Spirit has for your beautiful message. There we are. South Node, destined to release, honey. You are destined to release. First of all, look at how beautiful this card is. Look at how colorful and stunning it is. Just like your energy, of course. So the South Node is an astrological point in our natal chart, if you are familiar with astrology, where it basically, depending on the sign that it is, what your South Node is in, this is aspects of your life that you are destined to release. So let's say if you had South Node in Aries, everything that has to do with Aries-like qualities, like being first, being number one, being, very about self, focused on self in a certain aspect, that would be something that you're destined to release, okay? So there's something here that we already know, not doing. You're not following your own rhythm because you don't trust it. You don't think that it is as unique as it is, but it is. And so this is something that you're being destined to release right now. At the bottom of the deck, you have the 4th house with cultural and family roots, home, peace, and comfort. So this energy here, pile number 2, is a large part of what you are being destined to release. Your South Node could be in the 4th house, which means that you are releasing traditional ways of how you are supposed to be. You are moving away from what family has always done or how someone has always done it or appeared this way, and doing it your own way, in a more unique way to your own authenticity. You're being very authentic to yourself at this time. And that's simply because you don't have time to pretend anymore. You feel things and people changing around you, and you don't want to not be in that energy. You don't want to not experience that. So you're initiating things, initiating change in your own life for your own self. Let's see what else is going on for you right now, pile number 2. There's a lot that is taking place that, again, you are inviting in, you are initiating solely based on your intuition and your imagination. Let's see what chakra wants to come out for you right now. Oh, and also I'm going to read the bottom of the deck for the crystal oracle. That is one thing I forgot. Okay. You have the solar plexus chakra. And at the bottom of the deck, the crown chakra, which I'm not surprised. But before we get to any of that, we're going to read your crystal from the bottom of the deck, which was amethyst. I love amethyst. Which has everything to do with protection, trust, and intuition. So it says, get ready to purify. Amethyst has powerful and beneficial properties, including the ability to release addictive behaviors while also protecting your energy field. Amethyst is a great crystal to meditate with, as it promotes peace and tranquility between your emotional, physical, and spiritual planes, creating harmony inside and out. It is linked to the crown, of course, and third eye chakras, connecting your intuition to the divine source, Bask in the violet rays of the amethyst crystal and stimulate your soul. So amethyst is connected to the zodiac signs Aquarius and Pisces, and it is co-ruled by Jupiter and Neptune. A lot of Jupiter energy, actually a lot of Jupiter and Neptune energy in your reading. Those could be significant placements for you as well. So your intuition is absolutely being highlighted right now, especially with the crown chakra showing up for you twice. You are very intuitive, very perceptive. I like that word as well. You pick up on things very subtly. It's very subtle energy that you are attuned to. And so especially if you are working with amethyst, sleeping with it, meditating with it will help to promote peace and tranquility, especially as things are transforming in your life, especially as things are changing within you and around you. And it will help to keep you connected and to also help you ground your crown, like your chakras, ground your chakras, and have like a grounding energy in your crown chakra as well, so that you're not overly stimulated or very hypersensitive to the energy. But the other chakra that came out for you, pile number 2, is the solar plexus. And this card talks about balancing the solar plexus. So this chakra is the hub of digestion. Poor digestion is one of the first signs that this chakra is out of balance. The chakra reacts to anxiety and fear, which can in turn affect the body physically. Excessive energy can lead to overworking yourself, resentment of authority, and being overly judgmental. Deficient energy can cause depression, insecurity, fear of being alone, and poor digestion. There are many ways to balance this chakra, and says please see the cards that actually talk about balancing the chakras. So, excuse me, your solar plexus right now is highly activated. It could either be deficient or definitely overstimulated at this time. It depends on the person, whoever is watching this right now. But your solar plexus is coming up because there is something pulling you actually from your bodily core. It's pulling you, and it's either causing anxiety or fear because you don't actually know what to do. You are being called to trust yourself. You are being called to do something for yourself, to follow your own rhythm in a unique way, stand up for yourself in a unique way, release something for yourself in a unique way. And the energy is so strong that it is affecting you physically. So in order to help alleviate some of the things that you may be feeling physically or spiritually, or even mentally as well, doing certain solar plexus chakra meditations, holding or meditating with certain crystals like amethyst, but also like citrine, that is the yellow color that connects to the solar plexus chakra. Okay. There's many different things that you can do. There's so much information on the internet on how you can balance that chakra. You also have the crown chakra. This chakra is located at the crown of your head, the very top. This chakra is the source of enlightenment and our connection to the divine. That is twice of a message for you that you are very connected to the source, to the divine life force that connects us all. And it is a chakra that is being activated or is activated at this time for you. Definitely you're receiving downloads on next steps on what it is that you should or need to do. There's nothing that you have to worry about. There's nothing that you have to worry about right now, but anxiety is coming up for you because the South Node is big energy. This is big things that you are in the midst of releasing. So I'm going to put this actually over here, your solar plexus chakra, and I'm going to do an affirmation for you to see, the best encouraging words that you need to hear at this time. Please, Spirit, for pile number 2. Okay. So your affirmation is, I surrender to a power greater than me. Okay. And this is the power that we've been talking about. You are absolutely connected to this power. And it's actually the spirit, source, the universe is asking you to surrender at this time. Let go. Let go, let go, let go. Let go of how you think it should be. Let go of how you think you should be. Let go of whatever it is that feels too restrictive, that doesn't feel creative, that doesn't feel magical, that doesn't feel aligned with your intuition. There's something here that is very, very restrictive to you. You don't feel like you can move, dance, feel free in some kind of way. And it has been a part of you for a long time, so long that you have been destined to release it before you even knew. At the bottom of the deck, this says, I witness the darkness and call on the light with my prayer. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear through the eyes of the teacher of love. So this is not the easiest message, I don't feel like, for you, pile number 2, because it is also, giving you a different perception of your fear. And speaking of fear, I do have a pick a card that I recently released, just letting you know, helping you to accept or embrace certain fears that may be coming up for you right now. So if this is your first time here, you may also want to take a look at that pick a card as well. And it's on my channel. But you are actually going to have an opportunity to show gratitude. And I know it sounds crazy to witness something dark and to then be, called or, pulled to call on lightness in order to keep the darkness from consuming you and from keeping your fears from consuming you too as well, because you could easily stay in your fear. You could easily stay in your fear, do the things you've always done, get the results you've always gotten, live life how other people have lived with, regrets or not, depending on your situation. And just, dying, pile number 2, but that's not something that you're interested in. It doesn't feel like it. And so no matter how scary, how difficult, how challenging, I think you're interested in release and letting go and doing your own thing, following your own path, not waiting until, again, the end of your life to say, I should have lived life more authentically to myself. You don't want to do that, and you want to start today. And it is absolutely being noticed by the universe before anyone else, before anyone around you, maybe before yourself. Even though I don't feel like this message is coming to a complete surprise, coming as a complete surprise to you. I feel as if you haven't felt affirmed or confirmed enough to make these certain changes. Let's see what else the chakras want to tell you. They fell on the ground, of course. And you have 2 of them, so I'm gonna read them both just because we have time, right? So you have the first chakra, or the base chakra, with patience. As I observe in nature, growth takes time. This is a time for reflection, persistence, and surrender as things unfold at their own pace. Point number 2, I remain calm and tolerant during any challenging times. I develop quiet hope and expectations based on trust both in myself and in a higher power. Spirit, the universe, God, whatever you call this energy, is all through and over your reading, letting you know that they are here with you. You are not alone. Your spirit guides, your ancestors, the universe, all the magical beings that you believe in are gathered around you and asking for your patience. There are some beautiful natural things growing in your life, and it takes time. And to reflect on that is to surrender. To be persistent in that knowledge is to surrender everything else that you know. We all see it. We see nature and we see how it takes its time. We see how it goes through seasons and phases and changes, and it honors itself every single time. Mother Earth, nature, that's the one person, that's the one thing who doesn't do anything differently than what it already has said. A tree will always be a tree. A bird will always be a bird. And so we have to honor those same things within ourselves. And this is what is building up your hope. This is what is helping you to surrender, is your understanding that you being you just naturally isn't going to disrupt the natural order of the world. You following your own rhythm, following your own truth, surrendering to what takes time, is strengthening your root chakra. It absolutely is. This is a practice that you are growing in your life right now. You also have the heart chakra, okay, with radiate warmth and sincerity. This card says, I am open to sharing, accepting, communicating, and connecting with others as I focus on this moment, not the past or the future. A smile, a kind-hearted way of speaking, or a hug goes a long way towards uplifting others. I offer care and support where I can without rescuing. I nurture and respect my relationships. Pile number 2, what beautiful, beautiful energy. When you are showing up as your authentic self, this person is warm. They are sincere. You radiate it and people feel it all over, even sometimes when you aren't in the room. And this is because you have worked so hard to build and grow this energy within you, to chip away all of society's harm doing and wrongdoings that it has placed upon you. And, you know, just life in general, the wear and tear of living a human life. And underneath all of that is a kind-hearted person. So your smile or your hug, uplifting words that you speak to others, they make an impact. You really do make an impact on others, whether people take a moment to stop and say thank you, whether people take a moment to really let you know how impactful you are. Spirit wants you to know how impactful you are. Spirit wants you to know how magical you are. Again, okay, so the moon in reverse. The moon is a beautiful card. It talks about intuition, of course. It talks about emotional intuition. With the moon card being in reverse, the moon comes out at night. In darkness, you cannot see. Even if the moon is full, it makes things more luminous, but you can't see precisely all of the time. So with it being in reverse, it's kind of like Spirit asking you to follow your own intuition, to follow what you can't see, but what you can feel. You don't have to have all of the directions. With the 3 of Wands, you kind of just have to look over the land, broad picture, and look at the general area, the general direction that you would like to head in. Well, this general direction has quite a few mountains. It looks kind of difficult. Challenge is not a bad thing, but maybe I want a easier route to go around those mountains. So you don't have direct directions. You don't have, turn left in 3 miles, but you do have head in this general direction. Go in this general way. This is more than enough direction that we can give you for you to end up exactly where you need to be. The world talks about cycles, 2 major arcana cards, of course, but the world talks about doors opening up, cycles ending, you transforming, literally transformation in the labradorite, going through one cycle to another, transforming who you are emotionally, transforming who you are spiritually, and how spiritual guidance is your main thing. How it is, how do they say, what you eat and sleep and breathe. So pile number 2, you have the sun and the moon. You have the sun and the moon. That is such beautiful energy. Knowing who you are and knowing yourself emotionally to certain depths that other people don't even know themselves, which we're all here to know a certain level about ourselves. So you are on track of like really claiming your name, really knowing who you are, really feeling free to express who you are. The sun is also talking about expression, feeling very free to express. And so especially when you are in the darkness, when you are like, should I trust this feeling? Should I trust this urge? Should I trust what it is I'm being called to do? And it's kind of like, if I know me, if I know what I want, if I know that I don't like lettuce on my burgers and I know that I do like lettuce on my chicken sandwich, it's like you have to know, you have to know in order to be able to follow. You have to know in order to be able to let go, because, you have to trust that you are not letting go of the wrong aspects of yourself, the true to you aspects. You have to realize that you're not releasing in order to conform. You're releasing in order to be free. Pile number 2. I feel like I'm preaching. The Magician, in reverse at the bottom of the deck before I start shuffling again. You do not know your own magic. You do not see your connection to spirit, to source. Your hand is straight in the air. You're channeling, you're tapping in, but you don't realize your power just yet. You don't realize that you have everything that you absolutely need in order to manifest whatever it is, whatever goal, whatever outcome, whatever it is that you are looking to release. You absolutely can. Time, patience, know who you are and what you bring to the table, and nothing can stand in your way. Spirit is guiding you. But I also feel the need to say it, pile number 2. And again, like I mentioned, I hope that you take this message with love, but Spirit does not owe you a step-by-step of what it is that needs to happen next. They give you plenty. They give you everything. Like, you have everything that you absolutely need. And they actually just want you to focus on working with that, creating with that. You are a creator. Some of you could be content creator. Some of you could just be a creator. You could have an Etsy shop. You could, you could be doing anything right now with your hands, with your mind. You kind of really, you put everything else to the back, or you're being asked to at this time to put everything else as background noise and to really master something, doing something over and over again until you master it, until you feel as if you know. And this is exactly what we're talking about. If you know yourself, if you know what you want, if you know what you can do, because you've done it so many times before, no one can take that away. No one can take that away. So I think this is a brilliant time for you. Large, huge things happening and taking place in your life, because you do have the Star card at the bottom of the deck. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, plus the Magician, 5 major arcana cards that showed up for you. Spiritual guidance is heavy in your life. You see signs all the time. Dolphins could be a sign for you. Seeing children could be a sign for you, because that came up a few times in your reading as well. Wow, pile number 2. I'm making sure that I feel like I have all of your cards here, but I also feel like there's just one more that may be wanting to come out. Let's look at tea leaf for any future happenings in your life right now. But you are going through major transformations, major changes around your identity, your emotional state and what you have to offer people, your emotional state around your creativity and how you value it and how it is meant to be valued, and how even though you seek step by step, even though you must know, you need to know. It feels like if you don't know, you can't go. Even in those instances, it's like, don't worry, because things are continuously transforming for you. So the tea leaf that wanted to pop out for you, pile number 2, is November. So these, of course, this could either be your birthday. This could be an important month for you, anniversary-wise. This could be when you hear back about something as well. This is just a timing message for you in general. certain transformations may be taking place for you around November. And this is because there's things waiting for you. At the bottom of the deck, you have door, with opportunities are waiting for you. And I hope that you are, at this moment, as we speak, actively, embracing, opening, and telling spirit, giving spirit that energy of, I am open to receive that divine guidance. I know I've been looking for step-by-step spirit. I know that's not how it always works, and that I can just trust that the general direction, the feelings that I'm feeling are so pure and true to what I'm connected to that I don't have to doubt where I'm going to end up. Just patience, a little observation, and a whole lot of love and sincerity for myself and my process. Pile number 2, I hope that you enjoyed this reading. I hope that the love wasn't too tough and that you were able to resonate with it in your own special and unique way. If you were, please give it a big thumbs up. I would really greatly appreciate it. And comment down below how this is transforming for you, how gates and doors and things are opening for you and you are releasing in your life right now. I would love to hear about it, and I would love to see you in another reading. Peace. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. You chose the beautiful butterfly charm and you felt connected to its energy. And I'm going to actually just let you see it here and then sit it off to the side while we get into your reading. Okay, so the card that you have chosen is Beyond the Mind, the Heart Beats, with the number 21, okay? And this is the Sacred Rebel Oracle deck. So in regards to something that, or a situation, it could be, or just in general, of you feeling unseen, feeling invisible or unheard, there's something that is happening outside of your own perspective, outside of your mind. Our mind is a machine. It works for us in ways of like just basic functions. So when we look for things with more depth, with softer experiences, we have to look beyond what our mind is seeing, what our mind is focusing on, and channel what is going on in our heart, what makes our heart beat, what makes our heart feel alive, feel expressive. So I'm going to look very deeply into this for you, pile number 3. I do feel like you are in a phase in your life where you're trying to listen to your heart more. You're trying to be very heart-led in your life. You are a very logical person. There's nothing that lacks in that area whatsoever. What you feel is missing is a deeper connection to what you want to experience in life, not just analyzing from a certain perspective, like, oh, this happened and this is how I experienced this, but oh, this happened and this is how I felt this. Feeling a spark or wanting to feel a spark of something. So I'm going to look and see what the Crystal Oracle wants to tell you. This one stood out to me as I was shuffling off camera. I'm curious to see which one it is. It's Pyrite, of course. Luck, prosperity, and success. So I'm going to just leave it back, or put it back in the deck and see intuitively which crystal wants to come out for your message and why, or how we can help with you feeling a bit invisible, unseen. It could be an aspect that, before we get to the crystal, rainbow or quartz that flew out for you. It could be a sense of like a lot of rainbow energy. Yes. You are needing to shed something, transform something, because you did choose the butterfly. So something is transforming within you in order to feel more seen, in order to feel more visible or feel more heard. It could be in regards to your authenticity, your identity, and how you have identified as one way. This message is coming out a lot for the collective, but just really wanting to show up as your true self. And I feel like that is a part of what is going on for you right now. But with the rainbow or quartz, you have or healing, magic, and universal light. And this is what the crystal can look like. And it does look like on the card here. And I'm going to just read your message now. It says, fused with titanium, the metal of power, rainbow aura quartz is amplified with enhanced healing properties. The stone is able to heal human energy fields by infusing the aura with rainbow fields of light. Rainbow aura quartz is a wonderful companion for astral projection and out-of-body experiences, joining you in the beyond while keeping your physical self anchored. Colors have a healing quality in rainbow aura quartz and are able to match the tone to your aura's energy field to repair and release blocks. Living your life in color with this crystal is a must. And this crystal connects with all of these zodiac signs, all 12 of them, and it is connected to the energy of Mars. Okay, so wow, this is absolutely a healing time for you. I felt while just sitting in the energy channeling a message for you, that with the butterflies energy, you're in this kind of in-between stage where some of you are being hidden away in your cocoon, in a preparation to transform from, again, the kind of movements that you take in life with Mars energy here. Like I was mentioning before, being led by your heart and less by your mind, keeping your logic, keeping your common sense, keeping all the great things that you love about your analytical qualities, but also tapping into your emotional state. Your intuitive state is also connected to your heart space as well. So you may be interested in rainbow aura quartz, or this is just a crystal energy that is coming up to remind you of the aura healing that you're going through, and how you're going to have a lot of out-of-body experiences coming up, and you are used to these kind of things depending on how you connect with your intuition and how you connect with your spiritual gifts. Because I do believe, pile number 3, that we all have spiritual gifts. We all have our intuition. We all have this inner knowing. So you connect to yours differently, and it takes you places, or it gives you certain experiences. And while you enjoy these experiences, while you can appreciate them and you can see the magic in them at times, I feel like this mind aspect, the analytical part of you, still either questions or just tries to break it down in a more sensible, digestible way, when it's more so supposed to be a universal experience. At the bottom of the deck, you have Rainbow Obsidian, of course, with all more of that rainbow energy, which is why I'm going to read it. And the Rainbow Obsidian is like the, to me, and how they are depicted, how they're normally seen. A rainbow aura quartz, it's more lighthearted. It's very light colored, pastel-y, but also still vibrant. And a rainbow obsidian is more darker, but still with those rainbow auras and colors, just more so hidden within the darkness, of course. So I feel like this is a duality that is in your life right now between light and darkness, but there's still being this beautiful aspect to both qualities in yourself and around you. So the rainbow obsidian is connected to hope, depth, and evolution, everything that we've been talking about. Within the darkness, there is always light. When rainbow obsidian's dark exterior is exposed in light, colorful bands highlight the stone's beauty. Rainbow obsidian is a gentle stone showing you unhealed matters of the heart, yes, and bringing hidden wounds to the surface for ultimate healing. Pile number 3. Rainbow obsidian takes you on a journey of evolution, of opening your heart and discovering your true purpose in this life. Able to assist in cutting cords, rainbow obsidian floods you with light and love, forgiving yourself and others in the process. And rainbow obsidian is connected to the zodiac Libra, and it is also connected to the planet Saturn. What a beautiful message. So your heart space, your heart chakra, your emotional state is absolutely being activated at this time. It could be emotional for you, subtle, or more so, very powerful emotions that you may be feeling, just like a range. it is because you're really diving deeply into yourself right now, cutting cords to old and karmic, almost cyclical habits and patterns. Looking at hidden wounds that you have just stored away for convenience, of not needing or wanting to just undress what is painful or hard to look at. And really appreciating that there's light and darkness. There is it's almost as if I want to say there's a purpose for everything. And I hope that based on who is watching this reading, you understand that and you understand the messaging within it. But that there is a point in your life that is happening in this transition and this transformational time that you're going through, where you're going to understand a lot about yourself based on the things that you've already been through. And you're going to be giving yourself forgiveness for anything that you feel as if is necessary, because I can't speak on it directly based on your situation, but just holding yourself softly, understanding that you are human. You are human, but you're also here having a very spiritual experience, and that, again, nothing happens for no reason. So let's see what else the Oracle has a message for you, or what else it wants to tell you on number 3. Let's see. Mutable. Okay. And we have the 9th house with spiritual growth at the bottom of the deck. So transformational is kind of not even the best word to be able to use for what's going on in your life right now. Again, a lot of out of body spiritual happenings, things that are fluid, with the mutable energy, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. Spirit is asking you to surrender to something, surrender to the flow of something, and to welcome change in your life. The mutable signs, which are the zodiacs that I just mentioned, they are very adaptable to change. It depends on the energy, where Virgo will be adaptable in ways that make sense for them, that gives it a bit of a mutable structure for them. Like, they can work in any kind of environment and essentially make it better. A Gemini is very communicative, very able to speak to anyone. That's also a person who can work with their environment based on who is in the environment, not what needs to be done, like a Virgo. And so on and so forth for Sagittarius and Pisces. They channel that energy in their way, where a Sagittarius can be friends with anyone because they are so expressive, and in the same way as Virgo and Gemini, they can talk to anyone as well. So you could have a lot of mutable energy in your chart. You could just be channeling that energy right now of just feeling like I can go anywhere and do anything almost, but in a very aligned way. I think that's the best part about the change that is happening and taking place in your life. It's not random. It is very aligned. It feels almost kind of targeted, like you had your eyes on something while also keeping something else in your perspective. And while you were going for what felt like the more logical option, you kept that other thing in your perspective still. And now you're looking to be a little more fluid in your action. And it could be a job change for you, pile number 3. It does not have to be. It could be any kind of change that you were, kind of keeping your eye out for, kind of looking for that moment to act and take the next step for yourself. And I do feel like you're surrendering to it. You're surrendering to flow. You're surrendering to divine placement and divine alignment based on like what you want to do in life, within your heart, what you feel you want to do. Let's see what else this is for you, pile number 3. I'm very curious to know why you have been in this cocoon phase, why you have felt invisible, why you have felt uncover or unseen for some reason, and why Spirit is asking you to shine your light now. Let's see. What affirmation, please, Spirit? 2. Okay. We'll keep both of them and read the bottom of the deck for you. Pile number 3. So, your first affirmation says, I trust that my powerful intentions, yes, combined with my faith, are enough to allow my vision to become my reality. This essentially sums up what I've been talking about, because you have definitely had the intention of wanting to live in more flow, wanting to live a more mutable life, wanting to be a free thinker, free speaker, just really move and flow with like-minded individuals. But more so, it's like self and yes, like Virgo and Pisces can tend to be more to themselves depending on the environment. And yes, Gemini and Sagittarius can be more extroverted depending on the environment and depending on who you are. So you are fluctuating in between those things, but with intention. So focus, you have a lot of focus when it comes to intention, and mixed with faith, you're understanding that it's enough, that you are in the process of manifestation, of physical embodiment of a manifestation. You also have, when I introduce joy to a situation, I change the vibrational frequency of what's happening around me, okay? So not only are you bringing something into the 3D, but you are changing the vibrational energy around you in order to welcome that thing in. So like I mentioned, having your eyes set on something, having, just a desire to manifest something in your life for the betterment of yourself, the higher good of everyone around you. And that has been able to, this manifestation process, this transformation, this opening up that you are introducing into your life, it has allowed you to manipulate the vibrational frequency around you. And of course, when working with spirit combined with faith, it's like we're not doing this on our own. Yes, we are magicians, but we are tapping into a source. We are tapping into the magic. Almost lost my train of thought. You're being able, and I wouldn't be surprised if the magician came out for you, pile number 3, because that is the energy that it feels like. That the process that you're in right now, not only are you manifesting the transformation of self emotionally and spiritually, you're also transforming the energy around you. So it could be your environment, again, a job change. It doesn't have to be that specific. You could be changing where you live, doing many different things to align with the energy that you feel in your spirit. Let's see which one did come out for you. So you have the root chakra, and you have the chakra card that is talking about strengthening your root chakra with activity. So pile number 3, if you struggle with sitting meditation, you could try walking meditations. Mindful walking can help to deepen your connection to the earth through your body. You could try mindful walking on grass, sand, or dirt while barefoot to recharge your energy with the earth. This can also mean spending more time in nature and reconnecting with the earth, okay? And so this is very specific, but even for people who do not have the ability to walk, if you don't have functioning in your legs, but you feel as if just sitting and concentrating on meditating when you rather do anything else, trying to channel meditation in a way that you can move actively. Doing something repetitively is a form of meditation. So painting, with certain tranquil music on, music that can really remove you from your head, or any kind of therapeutic action that can remove you from your mind and place you into your body, pile number 3, because that card isn't able to mention it, but you can tap into your root chakra in a way that isn't able-bodied or able-bodied specific. At the bottom of the deck, you have throat chakra affirmations. And this throat chakra's affirmation says, I love to share my experiences and wisdom. I know when it is time to listen. So this is another important chakra for you because you are absorbing information based on your experiences. And you are listening to others, share their experiences as well, but you're in an environment where you feel free to share. And this is, I think, a part of what you are manifesting is being able to actively use your throat chakra more, or use it in a very safe space, enjoyable way. You could be very mutable, love to communicate with others, but in the past haven't been in necessarily the best environment. That's why you feel unseen or unheard, is because you kind of blended in. You kind of didn't take up too much space or talk too much if you didn't feel like you were in a safe space. And I also forgot to mention the bottom of the deck of your affirmations. And it says, I slow down and listen to the guidance that's available to me. And as I mentioned, you are very intuitive. So you will intuitively know when it is time to slow down and just listen to what is being asked to be next. Listen to what Spirit is trying to ask you to do next. Okay. I'm going to keep shuffling. You had the solar plexus chakra pop out, but let's keep shuffling. Pile number 3. What other chakra message, please, Spirit? Thank you. And of course, back at the bottom of the deck. So we'll read it again anyway. Throat chakra again, of course. So there's really something that you're wanting to open up about. You're really wanting to open up about. And again, you came to this video perhaps not feeling seen, not feeling like you can, not feeling like you should speak up about something. And I'm not sure what it is, but it will be specific to you, pile number 3. And let's see what Spirit's advice is for your throat chakra. And of course, it says connect with Spirit. I develop a quiet mind, of course, that allows me to tune in and get in touch with my higher self or my spirit. I listen for the guidance that is there waiting for me to hear. Wow. Pile number 3. I'm open to the truth and I welcome spiritual inspiration from others. I will benefit greatly by practicing meditation and stillness. I ask for inner guidance to assist me in getting more in touch with my spirit. I know that if I ask for guidance, it will be given. How aligned, okay? How aligned. I know that you may be just feeling this message deeply, just because of how aligned it is and how affirmative. Like, you may have been thinking recently about meditation and how you just wish that it could be an option for you. And it can be. I hope that you take this moment to ask Spirit, tell me how to meditate. Show me how to meditate. How am I going to connect with you, Spirit, in the best way possible for me, where I feel that I've gotten all the benefits of my meditation practice, and that practice will show up for you, pile number 3. So you also have the solar plexus, like we mentioned, oneness and unity. And it states, I accept the oneness of all life, and I know I am one with all others on this journey. I support them and let them support me. I am brave and not afraid to ask for assistance. I allow myself to empathize and sympathize with others, and I choose to see the love in all around me. I think they're meant to say, I choose to see the love in and all around me. I see everything as part of my own life, and I accept others for who they are. I find common ground with others rather than differences, as this brings harmony into my life and into theirs. So this is absolutely something that you're working on. The solar plexus chakra, the root chakra, and your throat chakra are coming up as strong messages of energetic healing and transformation that is taking place in your life. You are speaking more authentically, connecting to your authenticity by grounding yourself in your body, moving yourself out of thinking mode into, active mode, into doing mode, feeling mode, and really allowing your headspace to come to a oneness with all that it has been at odds with for so long. So let's see what else we have for you, pile number 3. What else for pile number 3, please, Spirit? Got me. What is the tarot for pile number 3? Ooh, my goodness, too many. You have the 3 of Cups and the King of Swords. You could be celebrating something soon. Not yet, though. Pile number 3, please, Spirit. Okay, so you have the 4 of Wands in reverse. So this does actually talk about how not yet, or something is a bit unaligned within your home, within your energetic space where like you are surrounded or stay. Excuse me. So it could be the point of what I was talking about, how you don't feel, how you've been in environments where you don't feel comfortable to show up as yourself authentically, to be, an emotional being, a nurturing being. It could be, multiple aspects where people take advantage of what it is that you can provide, where you feel left burnt out. You have felt unmotivated, uninspired because you have given so much to an environment that has not given to you. Pile number 3. It could be home, it could be family, it could be friends, close friends that you have grown up with over time that has left you feeling a lack emotionally, that has left you thinking more than feeling, analyzing more than experiencing your life. And so again, like I said, Magician in reverse, you don't know that you can do it yet, or you haven't, truly understood your power just yet in the situation where you can manipulate the energy and introduce more joy into your life right now. Pile number 3. This is what's in transition. Whoever was in the environment that has made it feel, based on the energy, damn near toxic. I literally felt that. 10 of Swords in reverse underneath the Magician in reverse. It's a toxic situation where you don't really see it going further any longer. You kind of feel like, we're basically coming to a close here. So the situation that you are experiencing right now, it's transforming for you. You still are being called to slow down. You don't really have to do anything because the manifestation is already in process. And you don't have to prove anything, do anything, go out of your way. You're a very sensitive being, so I think that you have to honor that and sit in stillness where a lot of energy cannot be affecting your own, and you can just recuperate. King of Cups, yes. So it could be because we have Cups, which is all about the heart, all about emotional state, emotional pleasure and growth, and all things emotional. The King and the Queen could be a divine partnership or a divine union that you are in. Pile number 3. I don't do, too many love readings. I'm not here to read that energy, but there could be a divine partnership where you feel strengthened and encouraged to leave unhealthy environments. Yes. Oh my gosh. 9 of Swords in reverse at the bottom of the deck. You, or this person, it could be, if you have this person, this is for whoever, this person sees you overthinking the situation, sees you stressed about a situation, even if you don't feel seen, even if you don't feel like this person understands logically. I think they understand in an emotional point that you are stressed. Like you are stressed. It's unaligned, and they know it's pretty black and white, pretty simple, but you don't, you haven't thought so up until this point. That's for someone very specific, but this, of course, reading is a confirmation of that divine masculine or that divine energy, telling you that this is a closing opportunity for you, and whatever relationship or situation is unhealthy for you. But if my pile number 3s who are not in a divine partnership aren't looking for that, this is your energy, your divine masculine. I pointed to the feminine and I said masculine. So this could also be just a merging of your energy, where you have been very nurturing. You've been very sweet and kind, understanding, empathetic, available, open, to other people, just trying to make the world a better place emotionally, because you yourself, again, are an emotional being. So this is the kind of environment that even you, if you have or want kids, like you want them to grow up in. So it's dropped on the floor. So this could be your energy just like really standing up for itself, being very assertive for your emotional rights, being very sure about yourself emotionally, kind of having emotional boundaries for yourself now, and standing up for what you need. And if it's not aligned, really making sure that you go for what is aligned. And that's really, it's really that simple. Yeah, Justice, 2 of Cups in reverse, and the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. Pile number 3, you're giving too much. You're giving too much. The 6 of Pentacles has the Justice scale, which is literally depicted twice at once in your reading, saying you're giving too much, and that is being balanced out right now. You're giving too much, you're doing too much, and it's going to stop. You are going to understand. You're going to see that someone is basically taking advantage of you because of love, emotional connection, or familiarity. Hey, I know you. We're cool. We're good. We're close. But you're like, all this back and forth, all of this wishy-washy energy. No. The whole world is wishy-washy. The whole world isn't stable. There's nothing really stable in this world. And so the one thing that I do need in my life is stable relationships. And you are coming to a conclusion about it, pile number 3. You are, based on divine guidance, because someone is, I just want to put it plainly, wasting your time. Someone is wasting your time. And with the kind of life that you're building and the intention, I don't read energy like this normally, but your message is so clear, pile number 3. What the heck is going on? What the heck is going on for you, pile number 3? Who's trying to be up in here and fighting? And okay, anywho. Divine guidance, divine guidance. You don't have time for it, okay? The thoughts that you have to really be there for someone and put up with their all. It's like, if it has boundaries, cool. But if it is restricting, if you feel like every time you turn around, there's an issue, there's something wrong, it's unaligned, there's miscommunication, you're left overthinking, you're left feeling guilty, the other person's sleeping well, fine and dandy, you're going to start hearing so much confirmation. I think strengthening your root chakra came out because you're going to need to be grounded and removing certain energy that's not aligned. You're going to have to move past, again, your mind saying, oh, this person stuck it out with me, such forth and this. And it's like, go to your heart, listen to your heart. What is it saying? If it's saying, I feel unfulfilled by this relationship, I don't feel like this relationship is enough, I don't feel like this situation is, because it doesn't have to be a specific relationship, this situation is just not doing it for me. You have to listen and honor yourself. You have to honor yourself, because the reason you came here today, pile number 3, You feel unseen because you're not listening to yourself. You are the only person that you have to listen to. Yes, there may be some energy here supporting you, guiding you through rocky and unsettling times, but you have to take the action. Like, you have to take the step, because this is your situation. It came to your front door. It was peachy and great at first. Everybody was cool, celebrating, going out, having fun, or whatever. And now it's not. So you have to be willing to, not in a spiteful way, not in a hurtful way, because you don't carry that energy. Or if you do, it comes out when you're around the unaligned energy. So releasing those habits of talking back or having something to say that hits below the belt and hits them lower where then they've hurt you. It's like the tit for tat is over. It's over. It's spiritual evolution time. It's evolving time. It's growing time. It's time for you to want to leave it behind, because you know that this energy has been very draining for you. Pile number 3. Wow, what a strong message. I hope that it resonated for you. It got very specific here at the end. But I trust that Spirit has delivered the message that you need to hear today, pile number 3. If you enjoyed it, please give me a big thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you feel like it's not too personal, not too intimate, I'd love to know how the situation is going for you and how you are navigating this huge change in your life. And I would love to see you in another reading. Peace. Hello, pile number 4. You chose the number 5 charm. And it looks like this. Super cute. It's pink. So 5 signifies there's a change, and it could be a major change, a significant change, or just a minor change that is going on in your life right now. And we are going to take a look at what that has to do with how you are feeling right now. So what do you feel? Pile number 4. So this card is very direct. It's being very direct about asking you how you feel. Spirit wants, I think, you to be honest about how you're feeling to yourself, maybe. And just looking at the visual representation of this card, putting down certain differences in order to look at your feelings towards a bigger picture of something. Because you always know the saying apples to oranges, you're comparing apples to oranges. And that is what this person is holding in their hand while looking at the world. But the world is on a different scale. It's at a different size. And they actually appear to be bigger than the world itself. So I think this is a perspective or a viewpoint that you are in, a perspective that you are in right now, where you're kind of looking at something, but Spirit is asking you, how do you feel about it? Such an interesting energy to just start off with. I'm gonna look and see deeply what this message is about for you, pile number 4. And we're gonna start with the Crystal Oracle. And we're gonna look and see. Maybe get a better glimpse at some language that you can use in order to describe how you are feeling or what you are experiencing right now that makes you feel invisible. It's kind of like this person is isolated from the world, and they're dealing with their own differences, their own things, but they're not necessarily a part of the world. You have Carnelian, courage, motivation, endurance. Malachite, cleanse trauma, intensity, and transformation, as we knew with the number 5. And you have that beautiful, what is this, sapphire? Yeah. So sapphire, royalty, wisdom, knowledge. Let's look and see what that one is, since it flew out for you, pile number 4. At the bottom of the deck, you have emeralds. So you have 2 very well-known gems or gemstones, crystals. So I'm going to read both of those for you. Just one second. Let's start with sapphire first. So this crystal talks about, or the card says, fairness rules the kingdom when sapphire wears the crown. Sapphire wields its power through kindness and wise judgment, bringing good luck and fortune to those who wear it. A gem with a regal presence throughout history, sapphire is considered to be sacred, representing celestial hope and faith. Known as the Stone of Wisdom, sapphire enhances focus, concentration, and learning abilities. Sapphire activates the third eye and throat chakras, guiding you toward knowledge beyond this stratosphere. So, talk about visual representation of what the card is talking about. You are out of this world. You are not even of it right now. I think you actually enjoy this moment of invisibility. You actually like not being seen at this current moment because you're able to explore all of the unknown, the unseen. You're kind of feeling very scholarly, very private at the moment, pile number 4. And I think this is how you like it. While the other piles have had issues with being unseen or invisible in certain situations, I feel like this is something where you're actually gaining a lot of wisdom and concentration, focus. Your learning abilities are changing, shifting, and taking an uptick as well. Sapphire is connected to the zodiacs Virgo, Libra, and Sagittarius, and it is also connected to the moon and Saturn. Very interesting. Pile number 4. Let's see what the emerald has to tell you. With spring, unity, and vitality. Lush and reminiscent of the green of spring, emerald is known as the stone of successful love, stimulating loyalty, partnership, and friendship. Emerald opens the heart chakra, healing the auric field with unconditional love, hope, and joy. With exuberance and a lust for life, the emerald is a sign for new beginnings and a fresh step in life, radiating health, prosperity, and vitality. Grow in the direction of your dreams and nurture yourself along the way. You deserve the riches that life has to offer you. An emerald is connected to the zodiac Sagittarius and is connected to the planets Venus and Mars. Wow. So we sense the change. We sense the cycle shifting and changing for you with the number 5 as your charm pile number 4. But the emerald amplifies this, saying that this is a lush new beginning. This is a lush change. This is something vibrant and beautiful. It makes you feel like outdoors. It makes you feel like a summer day or like they said, a spring day where things are blossoming and full of life. And I think when I mentioned the privacy that you may be experiencing in life right now, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are inside behind doors in the dark. It could be taking intimate walks in a park or somewhere with a lot of greenery. And really just having private moments where you listen to podcasts or read a book or do something very intellectually stimulating for yourself, but outdoors or in a very warm environment. So that's what's taking place for you right now. Again, I think this is something very enjoyable. You don't hate it. I don't think you know how to feel about having more isolatory time to yourself. Wow. So you have a lot of fire energy coming out. You could be a Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, especially Sagittarius, or Leo, because we have it twice with Leo at the bottom of the deck. Self-confidence, loyalty, and creativity is all what the Leo energy is about. And the fire energy is talking about confidence as well, optimism, passion, and bravery. Okay. So it's definitely something that's igniting you to do this. You are feeling a sense of confidence to be by yourself, to be alone, to be, again, invisible. This is something very intentional that you are seeking. You don't know, again, how to feel about it. We have all this fire energy. So the watery emotions aren't necessarily the most present or, the most obvious in your life right now. And that's because you're not focused on it. You're focused on a feeling. You're focused on an experience, and the confidence to go after it. You're very optimistic about this new journey that you're beginning. It has taken you some bravery. It has, taken you a lot of bravery to follow your passion, not to ignore it or to hide behind others and their needs for whatever it is that you can provide. It feels like it's kind of just like, I'm hearing, who is that? Is that Diana Ross? I'm coming out. But in a hidden way. It's like I'm coming out in secret. Like I'm outside, but I'm outside in an outdoors library or doing something very intentional with my time. I'm outside in a different way, it feels like, for you. And so either way, it doesn't matter how this energy is being expressed based on your actions. I do feel like you're being called or driven to do something and to do it confidently. The affirmation that you have says that my super attractor power comes from how I feel, my faith and love, and the joy I put out. So we have a lot of the feels, pile number 4, continuously checking in with yourself and asking, how does this make me feel? How do I feel doing this? Or how do I feel experiencing this? Or how does this feel? What does this make me feel? So I feel like you are manifesting in a different space for yourself right now, where you're actually paying attention or trying to pay attention to what you are seeking and how it then makes you feel afterwards. Like you are seeking some information or knowledge, and when you find it, what does that open up for you in your heart space? What does the wisdom do to you? Does it make you then act? It's almost like you're finding out more information about something that you feel very passionate about in order to act, in order to make something happen or to do something. It's kind of like you're researching with the sapphire energy here. Something has made you research. You were curious about it to know more. And you're kind of zoning out to zoning in, but zoning out at the same time. Zoning out from everything, all of the extra noise, and really honing into what you want to find out about and learn about and are curious about, in order to then let that simmer, let that passion simmer, and then build into a strong, vibrant fire. It's like that kind of process. At the bottom of the deck, the affirmation says, instead of praying for an outcome, I pray for the highest good for all. So you're going in with this mindset of, I'm not really looking to make this my profession specifically, or I'm not really looking to do something specifically. I'm just looking for the highest good for all. Literally, you're looking to do something that is beneficial for you, the environment, that doesn't put people or you at odds with natural existence, with your natural way of living, but just enhances life for everyone. And this is something you're really passionate about finding or experiencing or being a part of. What else for pile number 4? This is such a different reading than what I was expecting, pile number 4. Everyone else's was pretty aligned to the energy that I was expecting overall, but yours is kind of just like an adventurous energy, a solo adventurer, someone who's going out on their own. They're, pretty much sick of the shit that the world is experiencing, and you are going for, going towards making the world a better place instead of just talking about it. While you do have the throat chakra and the heart chakra, you feel things in your heart, you're moved by them, and yes, you speak on this passion. You speak on it, but there's a movement also that is taking place after your your time of research and absorption. So the throat chakra says this chakra is located in the region of the throat and the neck, the jaw, neck, and mouth. This chakra is associated with communication, creativity, and self-expression. So you're being very self-expressive at this time. Definitely intentionally so, not top of mind, and I'm speaking it out loud, but you're definitely speaking with intention. You feel it when you speak because it is connected to something that is connected to your heart. You're speaking from your heart. The heart chakra affirmation at the bottom of the deck says, I am open to love. I'm open to love and I receive more of it every day. So, and you have the 55. Of course, you are the charm number 5. So you could be seeing 555 a lot. But you are open to it. You are open to love more, which means that you're open to new experiences and in a way that you probably haven't expected from yourself. Even with like the fire energy, you're very social. You know, you can be about and talk to folks if need be, but I think that love is flowing differently in your life at this moment. It's a love for the earth, wanting to nurture the earth the way that it has nurtured you, kind of wanting to let go of human worries, kind of let go of worries altogether, and have an optimism and faith about certain things working out based on the action put forth by you and the community that you are joining or becoming a part of. Okay, let me see what else for pile number 4, please, Spirit. There's a lot of good energy that you're putting out into the world right now, pile number 4. And it is bringing a lot of great experiences, very aligned experiences for you. That's too many. Some of you I'm hearing are just interested in being environmentalists, and you know, technically every human being on this planet is an environmentalist because we take resource from the environment, and so we should be feeding back what we take. And that is something that you are more so interested in, like being able to give back to the earth because you feel called to, is what that gives. It's what it feels like to me. So you have the crown chakra and the third eye chakra. You've been having a lot of visions quite possibly lately, a lot of intuitive thinking or thought where you think something and then it shows up or happens, or just an intuitive knowing of certain things that are going on around your life right now. That is how tapped in you are, but also how zoomed out that you are as well. And so this gift, your intuition, is bringing you into your focus to kind of like be aware of something. Let's see what else. The crown chakra says selflessness. Okay. I am kind to all. I am aware that everything I do or say affects others. I will help those who seek it, and I will seek out ways to be of service. Yes. I develop an attitude of looking for ways to help others instead of always wanting or waiting to be asked. I develop an attitude of looking for ways to help others instead of always waiting to be asked. Everything I do from a spiritual perspective, and I put my heart into it. Yes, you do, pile number 4. You don't really have time anymore for like not heartfelt movements or just actions. You're putting your heart into everything that you do. And from a very spiritual perspective of like, this is what I came here to do. Like I came here to put my heart into it. That's why God, Spirit, the universe gave me the heart that they did, because they knew that I was going to put my all into it. I was going to find something, be ignited, feel alive by it, and intuitively know that this is what I need to do in life. No matter if I'm globally seen for it or popular for it or not, no matter if it's the next big wave and it's the next big popular demand by society or not. you are finding joy and pure just happiness based on intuitive selflessness of giving back to the world, being of service, and helping those who seek it. Wow, pile number 4, you're such a beautiful spirit. At the bottom of the deck, you have the third eye chakra. Such an intuitive being. So this says, I trust in a higher source and I acknowledge my direct connection with it. In the stillness, I listen for the wisdom inside, and I am open to the spirituality that is within and all around me. I know that love is the creative force. I meditate and welcome mystical truths. I am open to seeking guidance in my spiritual quest from a spiritual teacher, master, or guru. So you definitely are even looking to, like with the sapphire, with the energy of seeking knowledge and seeking wisdom, you are looking to seek, or you are seeking spiritual knowledge as well, just deep knowledge. I feel heavy on the Sagittarius energy here, just because it showed up twice, and the Sagittarius is most times depicted as the spiritual scholar, and I feel like that's what is manifesting in your life right now. You are definitely opening yourself up to it. You could be doing third eye or crown chakra meditations, or chakra meditations in general, because you know that it helps you to transform and open up energy. So you have the Four of Wands upright, which is absolutely beautiful. This is a very peaceful state for you right now. You could be searching and exploring with another human, another soul, another individual, but it doesn't have to be. The Four of Wands is just a peace for the present, feeling very safe to explore, feeling very rooted and grounded in your environment, and feeling, the wands also talks about like the spirit elements, the element of spirit. So feeling spiritually connected to your home and your environment. Okie dokie. You also have the Five of Wands, the Eight of Swords, and the Hanged Man in reverse. I might just keep the Five of Wands, but there is a new perspective trying to make way in your life. It hasn't fully formed yet because of certain limitations in your mind, it could be. But the Four of Wands says, you know, yes, I'm at peace and harmonious in my home. But the Five of Wands states that there is discordant energy elsewhere, outside of the home, away from where you lay or sleep at night. Things are not settled. And that, I think, is a part of what is fueling you. What is unsettled within you is the energy that the rest of the world is suffering through, it feels like. Yes, the Nine of Wands in reverse. So this is you. So much wand energy. You are a fire dominant type of individual, very fiery, very passionate and expressive. But the Nine of Wands in reverse is saying, you know, I'm done licking my wounds. I'm done staying stagnant. I'm done, you know, just being very comfortable. Yes, very, very comfortable. And I've had to build this for myself in order to continue to do the work, in order to go back out there again and do the spiritual work that needs to be done. And so I think that's why the Four of Wands is connected to the what do you feel? Because when you feel at peace, other people's energy, it's harder to affect you. It's harder to harm you or take away your energy. So the Nine of Wands in reverse is saying, I'm healed. I'm feeling better. I feel like I can start a cycle or begin something again. I feel like I can begin my purpose again. The Lovers. Wow. Yes. So again, about divine connection, it is very possible. It is very possible that divine connection is in your life. Divine love is in your life and helping it, you know, encourage you along this way, supporting your spiritual growth and your emotional growth. But if you are not in a partnership and that's not something that you're focused on, the Lovers is also talking about you coming in divine connection with yourself, with your spiritual self, coming into contact almost with like your purpose. Again, I keep feeling like the sun in reverse at the bottom of the deck, something is unaligned to you. Something is unaligned to you, but the Lovers is your choice to seek and find what that unalignment is, what role you play. I feel like in the energy of the world, because you have found a very harmonious space for yourself. You are at peace. You've worked very hard to do the emotional work, the shadow work, and you continue to do so. I believe you continue to check in with yourself, reflect with yourself, give yourself what you need. It's always been a choice. You've always had to intentionally do these things in order to make sure that you are good, in order to make sure that your home is good, that whoever shares a roof with you is good, energetically and whatnot. And so you wish that for your neighbors. You wish that for your community. You wish that for your family. And you want to do that in an honorable way. 6 of Wands. I'm telling you, you are a fire sign. And if you don't know much about your natal chart and you don't have a fire sign, sun sign, which is again Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries, if you're not one of those, then you have it in the rest of your chart. And you should definitely look into seeing an astrologer if that is something you're curious about. And bottom of the deck, Knight of Wands. So I'm going to keep it just like this. And we're going to continue to talk about this energy pile number 4. You want to do it in an honorable way. You know that you're not here to rescue people. You know that you're not here to rescue them from their own demons. You're not going to argue for arguing's sake. You are going to only move on the energy that you can actually speak on, it feels like, which is why we have wisdom and knowledge at the beginning. It's kind of like you are taking in all of this knowledge in order to express, in a place where you're just like, this is something that I know, and I think that, I want to share it with you, type of energy, pile number 4. But the 6 of Wands says that you're going to be gaining some kind of recognition from people who have been, at odds with themselves, at odds with other people, whose energy is just very dominating energy. You could be a fire sign surrounded by fire signs, or fire and air, people who are not really emotionally tapped in because they don't have a lot of water in their chart, quite possibly. But you are going to be coming into a situation after, of course, time of feeling secluded to yourself, away, doing your own thing. This is quite possibly why people are upset, or just not feeling your energies, because they're thinking, how dare you? How dare you do what's best for you and go off and seclude yourself and have a good time, and I'm not there, or some kind of situation like that. Pile number 4. It's really hypothetical and based on your own personal situation, but you are going to be recognized in mutual spaces where you have built this piece for yourself, taking time for yourself to gain some wisdom, to do some research, to absorb and attract good energy, and to clear out your chakras. Everything that you've been doing, pile number 4, it feels like it's a great confirmation of what has been needed to be done. Like, you're very in tune with releasing energy, moving in energy, aligning with energy, however you need to, however you feel called to. The Knight of Wands is a type of human being who acts on passion, acts on faith, optimism. Sometimes it can be very reckless, and sometimes with a lot of fire energy, it can be, again, overbearing. But with 4 of Wands at the center, your peace is at the center. Your happiness is at the center, and you are an individual who's not willing to risk that or to mess that up in any way. Like, you want to be seen as a leader, as a person who is very independent, who can make things happen for yourself, but also provide resources for others to make it happen for them as well, if they're willing to accept it, if they're willing to stop being defensive and argumentative and opinionated enough to work together in an organized and strategic way. So this could be any kind of situation in your life right now, pile number 4. But you are a very expressive person. Like, your point does get across, and it will. You don't have to worry about that. You, again, don't have to stoop to anyone's level, because your energy speaks for itself. When you walk in the room, your energy speaks for itself, because you have been working on your communication with spirit. You've been working on yourself, pile number 4, and spirit sees that, whether other people see it or not, or whether other people can appreciate it or not. It's completely, irrelevant to the cause. You are on a path to doing something very useful and important with your energy, and you want to help encourage other people to do that with their own energy, rather than focusing on the things that don't add up, that don't equate, that don't even set it's comparing a campfire to a match. They're uncomparable to the level of importance and what you want to focus on. And so I see that manifesting in your life right now, pile number 4. I hope that you enjoyed this message. If you did, please give it 2, big, great thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. I hope that this message reached you in a way that made sense, in a way that resonated for you in your life. If it did, I'd love to hear about it. I'd love for you to comment down below if you feel like it's not too personal, and let me know how the situation is going for you. And I'd also love to see you in another reading, pile number 4. Peace.